Hello my loves, this is Mystique and I welcome you to my digital sacred space. I hope you're happy, healthy and healing wherever you're watching from. Today I'm doing a very interesting topic about how do men see you or how do men view you. I don't think I've done a topic like this before, so today we are going into depth about that. And you have three photos to choose from. So the first group will basically be this beautiful sticker of a moth. This will be group number 1. If you feel called to this moth, then this is probably your pile or your reading. Then for the second group, we have the one and only painting Starry Night by Van Gogh. This is obviously just a sticker. This is what it looks like. Then for the third group, we have a sticker or a printout of the planet Saturn, and this is what it looks like. If you feel called to this planet Saturn, then go ahead and click on this timestamp of the third group. It will be pile number 3. That will be the name and that will be your reading. Right. So we have group number 1 with the moth, the beautiful moth. Group number 2 with the beautiful painting of Van Gogh called The Starry Night. And group number 3 or pile number 3 with planet Saturn. Okay, so take your time, and if you haven't made your selection yet, you can go ahead and make your selection and then click on your reading. If you're interested in purchasing a personal reading from me, then you can email me on mystique.aro28@gmail.com, which is in my description. That is the only way you can inquire with me about personal readings. I will not reach out to you through the comments or WhatsApp or anything like that, so please beware of scammers. And let's begin with a small meditation / prayer ritual that I do, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start your readings. You guys can stay with me through this prayer or meditation ritual. It might be a meditative experience for a lot of you, as I call in a lot of calming energy. So if you are feeling anxious or worried, especially if you're watching this reading at the end of the year, this is a timeless reading, but if you're watching this when I upload, which is on 25th of December, which is Christmas, then obviously just put your mind to ease and allow yourself. I feel like a lot of you might not like holidays because they just stress you out, and I understand. I myself don't celebrate Christmas a lot, but yeah, just take your time and relax. You don't have to do something you don't want to do at this moment. Just take your time, just breathe and tune into the reading. This is going to be like a fun reading in which we have a glimpse of how do men view you. You can be a man watching this, that's completely okay. My readings are not catered to specific genders, they are catered to energies. So even if you are a man watching this, or you are any other gender and not a woman watching this, then that's completely all right as well. So firstly, I would like to start off by sending you love, my group number 1, 2 and 3, my soul family. Wow, I don't know why, but it feels like it's been a long time since I sat down to film, and it's not been that long. I did upload a 2024 reading just 2-3 days back, and I feel so glad that I created this channel and that I get to do these readings. I'm so happy that I come across beautiful souls like you, and thank you so much for all of your donations, all of you that have booked personal readings with me in the past. I cherish you, I remember you, I hold you in my prayers. I love you so much for all of your support, all of your sweet comments. Thank you so much. I'm starting off this prayer on a very good note with a lot of positive, joyful, and gratitude energies. So we're starting this prayer off on a good note. We're starting this reading off on a good note. Take a deep breath and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Do not hold your breath. Just allow your breath to flow and feel the flow of your breath. Where do you feel your breath the most? Is it in your nose? Is it in the back of your throat? Can you feel your breath in your chest, expanding, expanding, moving, relaxing? I will now begin by first cleansing your energy, cleansing your aura, so you can receive this reading. If anything that you don't like comes out, or you listen to something and you're like, well, I'm not like that, then please remember today's reading is not about who you are specifically, but we are looking at how men view you, or the perception that men have of you. So it might not always be accurate, as how people view us is not always the truth. This is just the perception that we are looking at. So even if something that you don't like comes out, or if it doesn't resonate, please remember that we are looking and dipping into somebody else's eyes and looking at you through someone else's filters and eyes. As I cleanse this space, dear Spirit, I call upon the spirit guides, angels, light beings, and protectors of my group number 1, 2, and 3, my soul family, everyone who's clicked on this pile, everyone who has clicked on this reading. I cleanse the energy and the aura of my soul family that is watching this reading. Gently, slowly, allowing you to relax and accept this reading. Dear Spirit, I ask you to please cleanse my sacred space so that I can give clear, concise, accurate messages and I can remain focused without being distracted. I also asked you, dear Spirit, to please cleanse this space of any negative energies, any negative frequencies, vibrations, entities that do not wish good for my group number 1, 2, and 3, or if they have any ulterior motives. For group number 1, 2, and 3, I ask all those energies, frequencies, and vibrations to be cleansed. I ask all of those energies, vibrations, and frequencies to be cleansed from this space and from the energy and the aura of my soul family. I ask all those negative vibrations, influences, frequencies, energies, and entities to be cleansed. I ask you, dear holy smoke, to cleanse my group number 1, 2, and 3 and protect their energy. Dear Spirit, I ask for your blessings as we step into this reading, as we step into the new year. For all of us, those who are and are not celebrating Christmas, I wish you a Merry Christmas. And I hope this reading brings you some joy or a smile on your face. Dear Spirit guides of my group number 1, 2, and 3, their higher self, I ask you to be with me, and I thank you for allowing me the honor to channel messages for my group number 1, 2, and 3. And with that said, I will now close this prayer. I thank you so much, my dear loves, for all of your support, all of your kind comments. I'm reading them. I thank you, I love you, and I will see you at your bio. Thank you, wonderful and divine soul. Hello, my loves. If you chose group number 1 or you chose this beautiful moth, then this is going to be your reading. The first thing I get is that men notice that you're delicate or feminine somehow. Now, you don't have to be a woman to resonate with that message, but I just feel like I'm picking up on the fact that men notice that you're delicate, but you've got a bite to you. You see how the wings look so fragile here, but then this body in the middle looks almost scary. And I just feel like there's something delicate about you, but you are not someone who's to be taken for granted. And I feel like men might notice you from afar and think that, oh, pile number 1 is so gentle, so soothing, so soft and delicate. And then they'll see you put someone in place, or they see you not tolerate any disrespect. And then immediately they're like, oh, okay, pile number 1 is not to be messed with. I feel like they get intimidated. So your first impression is quite the opposite of when they try to know your personality. I feel like your personality might be the opposite from your looks in some way. There's something soft about your appearance, or you might dress feminine, like floral dresses, or what are those called? Those frilly things. I'm seeing those. I'm also seeing long sleeves, very elegant posture. So there's something about you wearing soft pastel colors as well. Some of you, maybe that won't resonate with everyone, but that's just something I saw. Maybe you like flowers, but it's like you are a rose, and a rose has thorns, right? So I feel like if they thought, oh, you're a flower, so you can be mistreated, and it's like, nope, you're wrong. Because I know that there's almost always a negative connotation implied or associated with the fact that a rose has thorns, but I feel like that's beautiful, because a rose is a delicate flower, and if it didn't have thorns, then people wouldn't approach it with care. Because it has thorns, people are careful, right? Because they don't want to hurt themselves. And I feel like that's exactly how men feel about you or think about you, is that they want to come towards you, but they don't want to get hurt. They're scared that you'll do something, or they'll say something wrong, and you'll put them in their place. Because you have a good balance between, I feel like you have gotten to a healthy level of self-love or a healthy level of self-esteem. I do think that you guys are my spiritual pie, so you guys are always working on loving yourself. But Spirit is telling me that you guys have achieved a level of self-love where you stand up for yourself, you vouch for yourself, you don't need somebody else to kind of defend you. And I feel like that's something that is highly attractive to men, but also scary. Once again, just because I'm saying that is scary doesn't mean you have to change those aspects of yourself. We are just looking at how they view you, how they perceive you. And this doesn't have to be important at all, because at the end of the day, this is just a perception that they have of you, and it might not be who you are. But let's start with your thread painting. Look how much the thread has knotted. So basically I dipped the thread in paint, and look how much it's already knotted. I'm getting that you leave men in knots. I'm hearing the song, got me in chain for your love, oh I wouldn't change, something like that. I think it's by Nick Jonas, isn't it? So let's start with I know this is going to be a very interesting pattern. For those of you that are new here, hello, my name is Mystique and I am an intuitive artist, and I use watercolor techniques to channel. If you guys have seen tarot readers do coffee grounds reading or a candle wax reading, this is a little bit like that, but since I am an intuitive artist and I have a sacred and deep connection with the element of water, I use a lot of watercolor techniques in my channels and in my readings. So this one is called thread painting. I named this thread painting because of the patterns that you will see now. This functions almost like a Rorschach test. Yeah, what did I say? This one is going to be very unique. If you guys want to see the pattern up close, this is what it looks like. I don't know why, but spirit keeps showing me peonies in this just because of the loops that are overlapping look like flowers to me, and spirit is showing me peonies. So peonies, roses, carnations, those type of flowers could be your favorite kind of flowers, because I am seeing those. I'm also seeing a marigold, a yellow and orange marigold, round flowers and with a lot of petals. That's what I'm seeing. So how do men view my group number 1, spirit? Something about you is almost splitting. I don't mean that you are splitting. I don't know why, but I'm being taken to the word split. It's like you could do a split. Maybe it's talking about that. But what I'm feeling, the energy that I'm picking up from this is that there's something about you that divides people. And wait a second, don't take it in a negative way. When I say it divides people, I mean that, you know, when someone who's very authentic and they have good boundaries and they live their best life according to their own set of values, they cannot be manipulated, right? So everyone who is manipulative is going to hate that person who has self-love. Why? Because they cannot take advantage of them. And so they are going to go and spread rumors and talk behind your back, talk nasty about you. And then there's this other group of people who will be like, who will see you for you, group number 1, and who see that you have such beautiful radiance about you. You have so much love in your heart. You have so much self-love as well. And they will be attracted to you like a moth to a flame. And these manipulative people are not going to like that you're getting so much attention. So it's like there's this group of people that will try to tarnish your reputation, and then this group of people who will love you for who you are. And I feel like with men, it could be that a lot of men that are immature or don't like to see you in your power, especially if you're a woman watching this. You could be a man watching this, but you know, it's just like other men that are weak or insecure will not like to see you in your power, because insecure people will always put other people down, will always try to bring the most confident person down, because they think that that's the way to self-love. They're being disgusting and manipulative about it. And well, I don't think that they think that that's the way for self-love. I don't even know. They just want to put somebody down because they think it'll make them feel better, and that's just not very nice. So I feel like you have like a little bit of a divide, like you divide men, and some men will love you, they get obsessed with. Anyways, both of them are obsessed, so just so you know, yeah, they are obsessed with you. But there's also, it's like some men will admit it to you, be honest about it, be straightforward about it, and then this other group of men that are extremely egotistical or prideful in a disgusting way, they will never admit it to you. They have this, I'm feeling this kind of a feeling of like of a lot of ego, and it's like, I'm not going to tell pile number one that I think they are amazing, because who the hell does pile number one think they are? Who do they think they are walking into the room as if they own it? I feel like you could be my Scorpios. You could be my Scorpios, Plutonians, my 8th house babies. I feel like that could be some of your placements. You could also have a lot of Lilith energy. Now, if you are a woman and you have a lot of Lilith energy, oh my god, you must elicit some seriously strong reactions from men, because Lilith energy is not a joke. It's not to be messed with. I'm also seeing the song Lilith by who's that? Halsey featuring Suga of BTS, who is a rapper, and I feel like it might be rare that you meet men that are mature, that have a good response to you. I feel like the way men respond to you will tell you everything about how much they have matured in life or what they have learned in life. Because if they are misogynistic, then they will try to put you down, or they might get insecure that you make more money than them, or there's something about them being insecure when it comes to you, or they don't feel like they have the same caliber as you, or they are not on the same level as you. They could pedestalize you. They have this like a very rosy vision towards you, right? Pile number one. So they look at you as if like you are perfect, you could do no wrong, and then some of them hate you for it, and then some of them get obsessed with you for it. I'm also seeing the number 8. I see a lot of 8s and infinities. You could be a life path number 8, or have 8 in your birth date, or your number could add up, your birth date number could add up to 8. Or you could be born in August. But I'm just seeing a lot of 8. Now 8, I also want to say pile number 1 that you are destined for financial abundance. There's something that's coming through. You are destined for financial abundance. And I'm also feeling that you are going to soar like a rocket, okay? You are going to soar like a rocket, and people are going to try to compete with you. But I feel like they will not be able to, and there's only one reason for that, and it's because you are authentic. You are yourself, and that is powerful as F. Why? Your authenticity is not a joke. I feel like the world needs your authenticity. I feel like you're shining in some way, or you're giving out something. It could be your energy, or maybe you're doing something creative, or a service, or a job, or a business, or you're selling products or something. Like, there's something about you giving something to people. It could just be your knowledge, it could just be your words, it could be your comfort. But it's like people get addicted to how your energy feels, because it's so intense. I feel like you love with a ferocity, you love with an intensity and passion, and people get obsessed with that, because when they're with you, they feel like a king or a queen, and then when you're not with them, they kind of, it's like they fall to the ground. You know what I mean? There's this energy of them just falling down without you, and it's because they are insecure, and they had their self-esteem based on you and how you respond and react to them. So if you like them, they would take it as a self-affirming thing. Oh, okay, pile number 1 likes me, that means I must be something. So their self-esteem is based on something external to them. And if some immature man, or if somebody immature has the audacity to take you for granted, to take your energy and your attention for granted, I feel like you will not be afraid to leave them, because you see that there's this like opposite directions going, right? This is like forming a V. So this is going in the opposite directions. It's not even a straight line. It's not even parallel. So I feel like you're not afraid to drop their, I just heard drop their ass. You're not afraid to drop their ass and be like, bye, I'm done with you. I don't need this ish in my life. I feel like there's something very cutthroat about your energy, and I love that. I love that. So that is why that is why they're seeing you as somebody who has like a bite to you. Let's get into the cards and see what do we have. So for group number 1, please, how do men see them? How do men see my group number 1? Getting these 3 cards. Very clear, right? So let's see what we have. We have the well. Oh my gosh, the well is in reverse. I feel like they don't want to fall in your well. I feel like there is a lot of men who have this energy towards you where they get obsessed with you, but they'll never admit it because they are in denial. They're lying to themselves, thinking or feeling that, or telling themselves, trying to convince themselves and failing at it, that they are not obsessed with you, because they are. They've fallen deep and hard for you. They just don't want to admit it, and spirit is here kind of exposing them, and spirit is like, tell group number 1 that people are obsessed with them. They just, so if you are wondering, what's going on, does anybody even have a crush on me? Yes, a lot of people, more than you can imagine, more than you can think. And they have so much feelings for you, but you'll never see it because they don't have the courage to tell you. They think that you'll reject them, and to avoid that fear of rejection, to avoid facing that fear. So cowardly, group number 1, so cowardly. This energy is so cowardly. But basically, anyway, who am I to judge? They don't want to face the fear of rejection, and so they are lying to themselves. It's a coping mechanism, okay? Denial is one of the coping mechanisms from hell. Okay, they're basically denying and lying to themselves and trying to convince themselves that they are not obsessed with you, even though they are. And it's precisely why they have to try to convince themselves, is because they are obsessed with you. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a need to convince themselves that they are not obsessed with you. So that's your first card. And this is a major arcana. This is also a major arcana that is only present in this tarot deck and not the other tarot decks that I have. So I feel like that is just confirming and reaffirming the message that it's true. There's something about your hands as well. Some men are obsessed with your hands. If you are the feminine, they are obsessed with your hands and your neck or the collarbone. Knight of Wands. Ooh, wow, this is giving me a lot of S energy, if you guys know what I mean. I do feel that they see you as somebody who's a fiery, passionate individual who is going to go ahead and do whatever she wants, whatever he wants, whatever they want. Okay, this is coming through for you. I feel like if you don't get the opportunity to do what you want, you will create an opportunity. That's the kind of person you are. I feel like you never give up. There's something determined about your energy. There's something fiery about your energy. You could be my fire people, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but you don't have to be. You just carry yourself with a lot of royalty. You carry yourself as if you were a royalty, and that's the direct result of you loving yourself. And I feel like people see you, this is the Knight, so I feel like men see you as wife material, husband material. Men see you as spouse material, and they see you as someone who would be good to have on their side. They want you on their side because I feel like you're ready to face any challenges in life and you don't back down. And I feel like you have so much strength that it wouldn't be an option for the person that you're with, even if you're friends with the person that you're with, to give up. I feel like you would make them do it. So I feel like men see you as somebody who would push them to grow, who would push them to succeed and to go after their goals. to step more into their masculine energy. And I feel like they're scared of that because what they want is to be in the toxic expression of masculine energy, the out of alignment part of masculine energy. They don't really want to put in the work. I feel like there's some men who are really lazy around you. You know, they don't want to put in effort. They want it easy. If they like women, they want it easy. They want women easy. They like girls that will throw themselves at them. You know, not a lot of self-respect for themselves and not a lot of respect for women either. These men, some of these men that are viewing you don't treat other women or don't view other women with respect, but I feel like they see you as somebody they respect because you are on a pedestal, you are in a higher regard compared to them. They compare themselves to you and it's like they look at you and you're on a higher, almost like how he's on a horse, you're like a step higher above humanity. That's how they're seeing you. I'm also getting a lot of S energy, so they could have a lot of S fantasies. I can't say the word because YouTube, so I can't say it, but you know what I mean. Then for the oh my god. We have the Tower reversed. Okay, that just confirms that everything I said. You definitely could be a Scorpio. Now, this Tower card is very interesting in this deck, okay? You see there is a man falling, but he has a mask on, right? You can see it. And there is an eye right here. So I feel like you can see through all of the bullshit of these men. And this is exactly the energy. I mean, the fact that this is the very card that comes out for you, group number 1, that's not a coincidence. And this also happens to be a man in this card, and it's just one man. I feel like you throw them off a tower or something. Now, I don't mean you're trying to kill them or anything like that, but I feel like I'm speaking in terms of energy. I feel like if they try to like get a step up above you, if they try to show that they were better than you, you would immediately put them in their place and be like, oh, you said you were better than me at this. Oh, well, never mind. And it's like you don't even care to fight. I feel like that's your energy. You could be my baddies, my bad bitches. Maybe you call yourselves that. I don't call women that, but that I just heard that, so I just said it. I'm also feeling that there's something about you shine a lot, and you see how this holographic detail in the back of this card is almost like fall off. I'm hearing the song First Person Shooter by Drake and J. Cole, and one of the lyrics by J. Cole is, I'm naming the album Fallout, which is ironic because there is no fallout for me. And that's what I'm seeing. It's like there's something, it's like the irony here is that they think that they can get you off your pedestal and make you feel insecure about yourself, or make you feel like shit about yourself, or make you feel bad about yourself. They think they can. They think, okay? Emphasis on that. These men think they can get to you, but they cannot. They cannot. You're perfect. You're perfect. They cannot get to you. And I also feel like you kind of expose people's lies, or people's, like if somebody came at you in the wrong way and they were wearing a mask, or I feel like you know exactly what I've been talking about in this reading. If you made it this far, you know exactly what I'm saying. And also this blue ropes with the blue here, again, not a coincidence. But going back to speaking about this mask, I feel like you kind of take off the mask in a very brutal way because you will not tolerate inauthenticity. I feel like you do not think of inauthenticity as something that is worthy of respect. So if somebody came at you with lies, or try to manipulate you, or try to one up you, or make you feel like they're better than you in some way, I feel like you would immediately put them in their place, and they would feel like this is exactly how they feel. Whether you try to put them in their place or not is not the point, but I feel like this is your eye, so you can see through all of the nonsense these men are bringing to you, and you're like, no, like I'm seeing a capital no, I'm not having this. I feel like you might not date, or you might be single for a long time, or choose to not be in casual relationships just because in casual relationships there isn't a lot of respect, and that's something that's very important to you. I feel like I'm seeing the wizard Liz, and Liz is somebody who has gone through so much. Oh my god, she's evolved into such a strong and beautiful soul, but she went through a lot, especially at the hands of some men. She shared about those stories in her videos, but I'm just feeling that your energy is similar to Liz, where it's like you guys have just been through so much that at this point you're like, really, do I even have to? I'm not going to tolerate this. And I feel like right now you're in this space of saying no to being disrespected, and Liz is so strongly in that energy, right? So regardless of you being a girl or a boy or a man or a woman, your energy is very much like that, like Wizard Liz from on YouTube. So this was it for your reading, my group number 1. I hope you enjoyed it. 24 as I say that. So yeah, I'll see you in my next reading. I thank all of the thread paintings and the cards. Thank you. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by emailing me on mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. It is in the description, so you guys can go ahead and access me from there. And I thank you for stopping by and sharing your energy with me. I thank your spirit guides, your higher self. Thank you so much for exposing the truth here. And I love you, my group number 1s. I don't know who you are. I love my Scorpios. I love my Plutonians. I love my 8th house people. I'm sending you so much light and so much love. Keep shining, keep radiating, and F everyone who doesn't want that for you just because they're jealous. Just because they're jealous doesn't mean that you should dim yourself, right, my group number 1? So yeah, I love you so much. Please remember, you are it. You are the it girl. You are the it boy. Okay, you are the it person. I love you. Bye. Hello, my loves. If you chose group number 2, then this is going to be your reading. You chose this beautiful sticker of the original painting called Starry Night by an artist called Van Gogh. He's pretty famous, so you guys might already know. But yeah, this is what the painting looks like. In the original painting, I think this figure right here is not there. I'm not really sure, but I'm just getting a very Harry Potter vibe from that. So you guys could be my fans of Harry Potter. I'm also seeing the movie Star Wars, okay, the newest ones with Kylo Ren and Rey. I think that's the name. I'm seeing those movies, so you guys might be my Marvel fans, Star Wars fans, Harry Potter fans. Like, I feel like you like entire franchises of movies and books. I feel like you could be a nerd personality wise. You don't have to look like that, but I feel like men notice your excitement around these topics. I also feel like some of you, for those of you that might not watch a lot of movies or anything, I feel like you could like art. And once again, I've said this before, but in case you're new here, I do not pick these stickers or anything out myself when I do readings. I always ask Spirit, what is the first card going to be, or how will my soul family make their pile selection? And I received these 3 today. So I received a moth, a Van Gogh painting, and Saturn, and that's what it was. So for you, I'm getting that you shine a lot. I feel like you see how the moon is shining there, and there's something magical about this painting. And either some of you are misunderstood, or I feel like you guys are geniuses, but people might not understand that, or men might not understand that, regardless of you being a woman or a man watching this. You are a genius. I feel, especially if you're creative in some way, you are a genius. Please allow your creativity to flow. In case you feel called to make music or make art or paint or even do watercolor paintings like I do, please go ahead and do it, okay? Spirit is giving that message. I know it has nothing to do with how men view you, but Spirit is just giving me that message that you need to go ahead and get into your creative energy, allow your creative energy to flow. I feel like there is a block with your creative energy specifically, and maybe you're caught up in work, maybe you're extremely busy, and I understand that it might be difficult for you to, take the time out to maybe learn how to play a new music instrument or paint or draw. You might not know which supplies to get, and I know it can be confusing, but ask Spirit to show you how this creative energy wants to manifest itself. Maybe it's writing poetry, maybe it's writing a song, maybe it's going out walking bare feet in nature on grass. It could really be anything, but there is a lot of emphasis on the fact that you are a genius who has not unlocked their full potential, okay? I'm getting that. I feel like you have come here to shine, but I feel like you might not resonate with that message because you're not shining right now, okay? And that is because you are not aligned with your creative energy, okay? That's what I'm seeing. You could be a Cancer, but you don't have to be, or the moon could influence you a lot, or you could be my emotionally intelligent pile, my pile that is very sensitive. And I feel like I'm seeing the archetype of a misunderstood, tortured artist. Like I'm seeing Charles Bukowski and Baudelaire. Both of them were poets, by the way, if you don't know. I'll leave their names in the description in case you guys are curious about their poetry. It's like, yeah, I think they were extremely lonely and misunderstood even when they were alive. So I feel like that's a strong message here. Bukowski has a poem called, I'm forgetting the title of it, but the poem goes something like, "My heart is a hummingbird, and I never let it out of its cage," something like that. I can't recite the poetry, but I remember how I felt and when I first read this poetry, and I remember that I feel like you hold yourself back, or you hold your vulnerability back. I feel like when Bukowski in this poem, he was talking about his vulnerability, he was talking about how it makes him feel exposed to show that aspect, and it's like, my heart is a hummingbird and I never let it fly away. I never let it out of its cage, because he doesn't want, because he knows hummingbirds are so small, so delicate. If they are out into the world that is almost like a battlefield, then there is 100% guarantee that it's going to be hurt. His heart is going to be hurt. And I feel like he was trying to not be hurt because he was already in a lot of pain. He was already extremely lonely. And I feel like you might resonate with that poem in case you guys are curious about that poem. If you don't resonate with that, then I feel like the men that are viewing you, they have this energy. Not towards you specifically, but I just feel like, the men that are viewing you are somehow sad. There is a sadness that they carry. There is a certain heaviness. I'm seeing shoulders that are drooped, head that is facing downwards and not up at the sky. It's very much the opposite energy of joy, where somebody has open arms, they look up to the sky, they look forward to the future. But there's something about the men around you being sad or carrying a lot of heavy energy. Now, when I say how do men view you, this is like all men, right? It could be your father, it could be your grandfather, it could be your spouse, it could be your ex-boyfriend. I didn't ask Spirit to specify, so we're just looking at how. So these could be family members that carry some kind of trauma, intergenerational trauma from their ancestral lineage, and I feel like they're having trouble kind of cleansing that. I don't know why that is coming through. This reading is about you, but I feel like you need to know that. So in case if they were ever mean to you, or you were disrespectfully treated or mistreated or taken advantage of, just so you know the head state these men were in. These men were not capable of love at that time, and that is why they couldn't love you or accept you for you. Now this could, for some of you, this could be your father. I feel like your father didn't love you or in your childhood. Okay, I know that's a strong statement, but for some of us it is true. So I'm going to say it as it is, as I'm seeing it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm also, or for some of you, if it's not a father or a grandfather, it's an ex or ex-partner that you split up from, and this partner didn't treat you very well. Now I am saying that, but I also want to mention, okay, I also want to mention that just because they have had like a, you know, traumatic past or whatever, I'm not saying that that was, you know, it's allowed to mistreat you because they had a traumatic past. Okay, that is not what I'm saying. Okay, so please remember that. But spirit just wanted to, it's like spirit wanted to give you an understanding of what was happening with these men, and spirit wants to let you know that it was not you. There was nothing wrong with you. You were a great daughter, a great son. Okay, you were a great partner. There was nothing wrong with you. It's just that these men were not capable of love, and you shouldn't make that story about yourself, or you shouldn't look at yourself and be like, you know, what's wrong with me? Why would no one be with me? Why do I not have a boyfriend? In case you're wondering something like that, you know, what did I do to deserve that? You didn't do anything. You didn't deserve that. End of story. Okay, so I didn't realize, but I kept on talking for 8 minutes and I didn't even begin your painting. I'm so sorry, group number 2, but the messages were just so strong that I had to say it. So if you're new here, my name is Mystique and I'm an intuitive artist and tarot reader, and I channel from paintings, and I have created what is called as watercolor readings. This is one of those techniques. This is called a thread painting. That's what I like to call them. Oh my gosh, wow. I feel like there's something about you freeing yourself from men, freeing yourself. I feel like for a lot of you, you guys have suffered through a lot of trauma at the hands of men. This could have been a father, this could have been a spouse, like I mentioned. And just because I'm saying that they've had a difficult past, I reiterate once again, group number 2, it doesn't excuse their behavior. So please don't take it as that, okay? I'm not saying that what happened to you, you know, is okay just because they had a difficult past. No. That was not okay. That was not okay what happened to you, if this happened to you. I'm also seeing that some men might not have liked that you were so confident or so bold or so powerful. Okay, they thought it was a threat to their masculinity. They felt emasculated by you. I feel like you were not trying to do that. You were not trying to do that, but you were just so authentic and so true and so honest and innocent that, and they cannot handle that because they are disconnected from their inner child. These men are extremely severely disconnected from their inner child and their vulnerability. I feel like they cannot access it, especially if the poem "My Heart is a Hummingbird" is coming through. I feel like at this point, I feel like they cannot access it. This is one of the shadow of men today. I feel like they cannot access vulnerability because the world is very harsh, right? And they have to they change themselves to fit the world instead of changing the world to fit who they are. These men have a lot of issues. Maybe they are alcoholics. Maybe someone in your family drank a lot or had some kind of an addiction, all addictions are a trauma response. So these men were not in a good state, and I feel like Spirit wants you to know that. So whatever I'm going to say, or however they are viewing you, please remember that this is their perception of you and it's not who you are. Okay, because you trigger the shadow, like you force them, your authenticity forces them to see their shadow and to see what they don't want to look at, which is their vulnerability, their fears, the fact that they don't feel so tough all the time, the fact that they are not so strong all the time, the fact that sometimes they might need a hug but they don't want to say it because it feels so taboo, it feels so wrong somehow to ask for love. Or I feel like men are never taught how to ask for love or how to be loved, which is, I feel like, is one of the most important things that boys need to learn, is how to receive love from women specifically, or from around them. Because if you cannot access vulnerability, you will not be able to access love. Why? Because if you are not willing to be vulnerable, you're basically being inauthentic. You're putting up a facade and giving someone else the version of you that you think that they want, or you think that they might like. And that's not who you are. So you are never loved for who you are, because you never have the balls to be authentic. And I feel like that was the issue with these men. They were not capable of being authentic with you. They were not capable of being honest with you. They were not capable of giving you a commitment if this was an ex or a spouse or a partner or a boyfriend. They were not capable of that. And it's like, Spirit is like, maybe it is time to forgive them if you feel like you want to, if you feel like you're capable of that at this moment, as the time you watch this reading. If you feel like you're ready to move on, Spirit is saying it's time to cut the cords from how these men view you. There's this very interesting picture. It's a picture of a woman, and there is like a man who's trying to control her, and he has like a stick in his hand, and he's trying to beat her, and he's hanging from her hair. Okay, and she has scissors in her hands to cut that hair off. So this is giving me that vibe, that painting or that picture. That's the vibe. And Spirit is like, you've got to do what that woman is doing in the picture. You've got to cut yourself off of these toxic energies, because these men, I don't want to say they're bad or good or whatever, because I'm not here to judge anyone. But these men, they are not in a good energy, and you deserve better. Group number 2, you deserve better. Okay? They have a lot of trauma. I'm seeing a lot of shadow. I'm seeing them enveloped in shadow. Okay? But they don't want to see it. It's like they just want to close their eyes and be like, oh, where is the issue? There's no issue. I'm fine. I feel like you must have seen this a lot as a child, where you must have seen this even in your father, that they pretended to be okay even when they were not, and you thought that that was noble. But there's nothing noble about pretending, because everybody needs help sometimes. I don't even want to call it a weakness, honestly. I know people call it weak, but what is weak about asking for help if you need help? I don't think there's anything weak about asking for help when you need it, because we're not perfect. We are not a species that is, we are a herd species. We're not meant to be alone. We are not like tigers. So we do need each other's support, and we do need love. And maybe we can work on having relationships where we are not rejected for asking for help. I feel like if I could, I would take all the men in the world and be like, it's okay for you to ask for help. Go to therapy. Go get some therapy. It's okay for you to ask for help. It's okay for you to be vulnerable. But I feel like they wouldn't listen somehow, because they're so convinced that this is what is going to happen. And I get that, because that was their experience. It's like a downhill spiral from there. They just sink deeper and deeper into lower vibrational energies and lower frequencies, and at some point they start maybe even becoming abusive towards you or towards the women that you've seen around, your mother, your family, your sister. and you didn't like that. You could be a boy watching this reading, you don't have to be a girl or a woman. But if you were a boy, you saw like your paternal figure or your masculine figure, authority figures around you mistreat feminine energy or feminine, the feminines of your family, like your mom, and you didn't want to be like that. You didn't want to grow up to be a man like that. That's what I'm feeling. Let me get to your cards and see. That was such a long message. Let me get some tarot cards, please. I don't know what the tarot is going to say at this point, but I'm just going to get 3 cards. Okay, 4 cards. We have the King of Pentacles reversed. They might have tried to take your money. If you were in a divorce with a man, they could have tried to take your money, or they're trying to take your money, or you know what the energy is. If you're a woman and you're divorcing, okay, you're divorcing a man, this masculine energy is like, why should I give you any money? I don't owe you anything. Just because you're a woman, you have that privilege. And this is so bad, because he doesn't understand that women are to be protected, women are to be cherished, women are to be respected. And he doesn't understand that. He's very out of alignment, which is why a king came out reversed. So I feel like whenever a king comes out reverse, it's talking about that masculine energy being out of alignment. It's talking about that masculine energy, the shadow traits of that card, right? So if it was wands, it would be someone who's extremely narcissistic, selfish, and pathetic. Because it's the pentacles here, I feel like they don't want to give you anything. They feel like they think in terms of very black and white, in terms of mutually beneficial relationships, very transactional. It's like you give me something, I give you something. They don't understand the concept of unconditional love, okay? So just so you know, they don't understand the concept of love, or why you would want to take care of someone just because you love them. These men don't understand that. Or there's someone in specific that doesn't understand that. And they're like, why should I give you anything? Why should I give you money? Why should I take care of you? You didn't do this for me. Oh my gosh, we have the High Priestess. This is your energy group. Oh my, 2. And your group number 2 and the moon. The moon. I told you. You are my High Priestess babies for sure. For sure. Why I'm saying this? I feel like there's something spiritual about you, okay? I feel like you've tried your best to understand why your life was the way it was, okay? You've tried your best to, I feel like you've gathered a lot of knowledge as well, and you know to some extent why things have happened to you, the things that have happened to you. And I feel like you shine so much now. I feel like you can see through the bullshit now. You can see through the dark. You can see through their games, and you don't allow yourself to be played anymore by men, okay? I feel like you are either in this High Priestess energy, or you will be stepping in this High Priestess energy. Wow, we have the Lovers. This card is telling me that if there was a man or an ex or your father or any toxic men, let them go, because there will be new masculine energy that takes its place. If you're trying to manifest a special person and it happens to be a man, it happens to be someone with predominantly masculine energy, someone who really loves you for you, someone who really cherishes you for you is going to come in. So let these toxic people go, because they are not going to take care of you. They don't care about you. So let them go. They are not good for your soul. Let anybody who's not good for your soul go. Cut them out of your life, because you are like a flower and they are not allowing you to blossom and bloom, because they don't like that. They're insecure when it comes to you, and you don't deserve to be around a man like that. You deserve to be around a man who celebrates you, who protects you, loves you, wants to give to you because he loves you. That being the only reason, okay? So Lovers definitely is giving me, you need to love yourself, okay? You need to love yourself, put yourself first, put yourself above these men that are toxic towards you, even if it happens to be your father, okay? It's going to be hard. But don't listen to, if your father is toxic, don't listen. Or if your father does anything that I mentioned in this reading, I'm sorry to say, but they don't love you, okay? This might hurt to hear, but I'm ripping the band-aid off because I don't want you to just be hurt and stay in that energy and think that you need to accept that pain just because this person happens to be your father, you know. Just because you're in a personal relationship, just because it's family, doesn't mean that you need to sit there and take their nonsense or their abuse. You don't need to, okay? So there is a new masculine energy that wants to come in, or there is a new I do feel like it's masculine energy though, because we are reading about men, so I'm not basing this on gender, but there is a new man or a new masculine energy that wants to come into your life. But you've got to purge yourself off of these men. This King of Pentacles reverse has to go, okay, for the Lovers to come in. And for your last card, we have the Two of Swords reversed. I feel like you will have so many options where men love you, and these are good men that love you, okay, or masculine energies that care for you, love you, that is, you're going to have trouble choosing. Once again, there's the moon. Moon just seems to be coming out for you and out for you. And I feel like you might be thinking as to whether you or should not, or if you are in a confused energy, let me put it this way. If you are in a confused energy and you don't know whether a man in your life is being toxic or is good towards you, or, you know, is lying or telling the truth, there is a high possibility that he is lying, because that is why you can sense it. You are coming out as the High Priestess, and look at the number on this 2 and your pile number 2. That is obviously not a coincidence, and Spirit is like, trust your intuition. If you think that there's something wrong, there's probably something wrong. I'm hearing the lyric from Taylor Swift's song called Dear Reader, and the very first line she says is, Dear Reader, if you feel like it's a trap, you're already in one. Dear Reader, get out your map, pick somewhere and just run. That's the song. That's the first lyric of the song. That's what I just heard. So if you feel like there's something wrong, then there's probably a good chance that there's something really wrong, and you need to do something to protect yourself. So in case you are feeling confused, okay, get some more clarity. Observe this man's behavior. Observe how these men treat you. Look at them. Is it really about you? Is there really something wrong with you? And you'll find the answer that it's not you. It's not you. It's them. Group number 2. So you need to take a step back, evaluate, look at the situation, okay? With your eyes open, look at these people. No matter how much you love these men, okay? These men, I'm saying these men, plural, because there's a lot of you watching, okay? I'm not saying that you have multiple partners. You could, I don't know. But take a minute, take a second, step back and look at them. Look at their behavior, okay? It can look like gaslighting. It can look like breadcrumbing. It can look like, if you don't know these terms, look these up, okay? Gaslighting, breadcrumbing, manipulative tactics in relationship. I'm also seeing the Teal Swan video called If You Love Me, Dynamic in Relationships. So if you guys are curious about getting some more clarity, if this reading is resonating and you guys want to know more in depth, she explains it more in depth about the same topic. So go ahead and watch that reading, video. I'll leave it in the description under your pile, under the timestamp. But it's like they almost try to make you prove your love to them. And if that is happening, this person is not for you. This man is not for you, okay? Even if it's a father, it's a spouse, I don't care. this man is not for you. So if you're feeling confused, come out of that confusion. I do know that there is some kind of clarity you're soon going to have, and you're going to be like, I see what was happening now. I see why this man was doing what he was doing. I see why he was treating me this way. I see why he was comparing me to other women or looking at other women while he was in a relationship with me. I see why he was not loyal. And I feel like when you decide to leave this man, and when things start getting better for you, he's not going to like it. When you get successful or something good happens to you or for you, he doesn't like it, okay? This masculine energy doesn't like it. This toxic masculine, okay? He doesn't want you to be happy. They only care about their own happiness. So if you were to tell them a story like, oh, you know what happened today? I got a promotion. They're like, whatever. Like that, you know? Or they'll pretend to like you. But they don't actually. You're supposed to learn from this situation and move on. That's what you're supposed to do. There is no like much deep meaning to it, or as to like there's something wrong with you, you need to fix yourself. No, there's nothing wrong with you, okay? You don't need to do anything to yourself, okay? You need to get these people out of your life. That's what you need to do. Or you need to at least keep them away emotionally. Keep your emotions away from these men, from these people, because they will use your emotions as a way to get inside you and as a way to mistreat you, because they'll know all of your weaknesses. They'll know all of your weak spots. So be very careful. You are the high priestess, so I don't have to say much. You probably already know if something's wrong. Your gut probably already told you. Your intuition probably already told you. Listen to that. Your intuition will tell you much, much more than a tarot reading on YouTube, okay? So listen to your intuition. Your intuition will guide you as to who this person is or who these people are, and as to how you can take measures to protect yourself. Okay? So, turned out to be a heavy reading. I thought it was going to be like a light reading, and anyway, you needed to hear this. This is what came out. I have to be true to all of the messages that I receive, so this is what it is. And if you want to see what your thread painting looks like, this is what it looks like. So yeah, this was your reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, if you want some more clarity about this situation, you can email me on mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. I'm always available. If you guys want to share anything, you can email me there. And I love you guys so much. Please protect yourself. Please love yourself. Okay? And I thank all of the cards, the sacred painting. I thank you, my dear pile number 2. I thank your higher self for coming through and giving this guidance and giving this clarity and messages to you when you need them. My group number 2, I love you so, so much. I'm always holding you in my prayers. I'm always praying for your well-being. May you get out of this situation prosperous, abundant, and successful, and happier, and healed. I love you. I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. My email ID is in description, so you can access me from there. I felt like I needed to mention that. Maybe some of you missed it. Yeah. Bye. Hello, my loves. If you chose this planet, Saturn, then this is going to be your reading. The very first thing that I'm getting is that men notice your eyes. Your eyes are very attractive. Maybe you have colored irises, maybe you have green eyes or blue eyes, but there's something about your eyes that draws men in. I feel like your eyes hold some kind of a magical power almost that draws people to you, or you might find men staring into your eyes a lot, and it's because they find your eyes mesmerizing. It's because they find your eyes very attractive. It's almost like your eyes are the ocean and they want to take a dive. They want to take a deep dive. I know that's cliche. I know it's cheesy, but that's what came through. So let's get into your thread painting and see in detail How do men view you? So I basically poured the thread on the paper and I'm going to pull the thread after I close it. And then the resulting patterns and painting will give me an idea about how men view you. So let's look at your pattern. Wow! Wow, how unique is that? So pretty. The very first thing I'm seeing is a proper shape of a butterfly. Something to do with butterflies. But I don't feel like you're delicate. There's something about you always evolving. Always. I'm seeing ruffles on a top, ruffles on a dress. Maybe you wear ruffled dresses or ruffled tops. Or you might like ruffles a lot. Wavy, flowy clothes. There's something refreshing about your personality. There's something very refreshing about you, group number 3. I feel like when men view you, they see you as somebody they have never met before. It's like you're a breath of fresh air. And especially, like I said, you come off as someone who likes ruffles, even if you don't. I feel like your style is something that is unique and you might not wear a lot of trends. I don't see you wearing corsets or cargo pants, those loose, baggy kind of clothes that are trending right now. You, even if you wear them, I feel like it's not your primary style. Your primary style probably, I feel like you have a very specific aesthetic in some way. I don't think that you planned for it to be this way, but I feel like that's just how it happened, because you prefer to dress in a certain way, or you prefer comfort, then you'll have certain pieces, and those pieces are timeless or classic, like a good white shirt, or like a good skirt or trousers, or a good blazer suit, you know. So I feel like you have certain pieces in your wardrobe that make you look timeless almost. So I feel like you come off as someone who's very different to men. Men look at you and they might turn around and see you just because you're dressed differently or just because you look different. Now, I feel like you command a lot of attention from men because of your aura, your personality, and something distinctive. There is a distinctive feature. So you could have dyed your hair pink, or you could have dyed your hair blue, or there's something distinctive. Maybe you have piercings, maybe you have tattoos. Like when you walk outside on the street, or you go somewhere, men look at you because they have not seen. It's like you're exotic in some way. So some of you could be living away from your hometowns or away from your home countries into another country, and men are viewing you as someone who's exotic and beautiful, someone different, right? A little bit how, let's say if someone who is an American were to go to a country like India or South Korea, the American person is the American woman, or the person would be perceived as attractive. Obviously, there's a lot of physical traits that are very different. Indian people and American will have very different traits. We Indians usually have tan skin, brown eyes, darker hair. Americans on a general scale have lighter eyes, lighter skin, lighter hair, right? Generally speaking. And I just feel that there's something exotic about you that commands attention. So obviously, if someone who is Indian were to go to America, I feel like maybe they would get a lot of attention as well, just for being brown, just because they have like different skin. And I feel like even though that person would not get a lot of attention in India because they are Indian, so it's like there's something very different about you. There's some radiance about you. I'm seeing the color bronze. I'm seeing the color yellow, bronze, peach. I feel like these colors describe you, describe your energy. Men also see you as someone who is always evolving. So maybe your style changes, but it doesn't change with the trend. It changes according to you. Or I'm being shown Halsey. Do you guys know Halsey Ashley, who is an American singer? She also has a very distinctive style. Okay, I don't know if she wears like a lot of trends or whatever, but her fashion sense is something that is coming through very unique pieces, and she styles herself in a very unique way. And I personally have not seen her wear a lot of trends, so-called. Even in her music videos, there's almost like an artistic touch to her and her outfits as well. She's also a mom, and she's very dedicated. So I feel like there could be something that is nurturing about you, that's feminine about you, that's gentle about you. It's like, when I try to get in your energy, I'm stopping again and again, because I feel like you don't fit in a box, right? You are not a siren, you are not a seductress, you are not like a lady, you are not. It's like they go through all of the information in their head, and they're trying to like fit you in a box, and you just don't fit anywhere. Although they are trying to understand you or define you, but I feel like they have trouble doing that, because I feel like you're someone who is so far away from the crowd. You are someone who's so far away from the mold. You are someone who's evolving like a butterfly. Like, just when they think, oh, group number three, like if you were a butterfly, they would be like, oh, group number 3 are red and white and green and yellow in color, and then the next moment you have like gray color, or you have orange color, right? And they just can never put a finger on you. They don't know what you're up to, group number 3. They don't know what you're up to, what you do for a living. So I feel like the men around you are curious about you because they cannot figure you out. I'm also getting that like a rosebud, almost a rosebud. I'm so sorry if this reading feels like I'm taking too many pauses, but every time I try to get in your energy, I'm almost at a loss for words. It's like I cannot describe you. I can't even find the words to describe you about how men are viewing you, because I feel like they're a bit speechless when it comes to your energy. They're very speechless, not a bit speechless. Let's get your tarot. Let's see what tarot has to say for you. How do men view my group number 3, please? How do men view my group number 3? A lot of cards. So the first we have 6 of Wands. Okay. They view you as somebody they would want to have a family with. I know this card doesn't talk about that, but that's something I'm getting. They view you as somebody they want by their side when they're successful. Either they view you as somebody who's very successful, who has overcome a lot of challenges in life, or they want, it's like they want to be your friend. It's like they're a fan. They are your fan. They are your biggest fans. Okay, when you win, they're the happiest. They are your biggest fans. We have the Page of Cups reversed. We have 5 of Swords upright. Maybe you saw in the past some men fighting over you. I don't know if this came to your knowledge or if you know about this, but Spirit is here spilling the tea. There was somebody who went behind your back, and they were like, maybe they tried to, they wanted to be with you. They wanted to basically be a romantic partner for you, and maybe somebody else was also interested in you at the same time. So they knew they had competition, and they kind of got in a fight with that person. They dealt with the situation very immaturely. Maybe for some of you, you guys heard about this, that some men were fighting over you, but for a lot of you, you didn't hear about this. You didn't know that this even happened, but Spirit is here, and now you know. It's like you create some kind of a havoc in men, or you get a strong reaction out of men without doing anything. I feel like you don't do much. Like you just flutter your wings or your eyelashes, and they're all lined up for you. I'm hearing the word lattu, which I think is a Hindi word. I think it means crazy, like crazy to the point of madness, beyond madness, crazy beyond madness. That's what I heard. There's this song, there's a very old Bollywood song, but I'm hearing that in my head right now. I'll leave it in the link in case you guys are curious about this song. I feel like the song is in the language Hindi, so I'll leave a link for that. You guys can go ahead and listen to the song. But basically, the girl is saying that she is lattu, which means she's crazy beyond madness for the guy that she likes. And this is the vibe. Men are crazy about you. They want to be with you. Oh my gosh. Whoa, Queen of Wands. That just confirms it. You are a catch, group number 3. You are definitely a big catch. I feel like it would be a privilege or a blessing or an honor to be your romantic partner. I feel like their social status would just elevate just by the fact that they are with you, that you chose them as a partner. And I feel like a lot of men want that privilege of being called your ex, or being called your boyfriend, or being called your partner. And I feel like you don't give them that. Because why would you? You're the Queen of Wands, so why would you go around dating people if you're not interested in men? Whoa! Oh my god. Wow, you saw me shuffle the cards. You saw me. We have the king and the queen together and side by side, and the king followed the queen. What even? What? Whoa. Oh my god. I'm shooketh. I'm going to put that there. And then we have the 7 of Wands, and we have the King of Pentacles reversed. If someone tried to mess with your energy, group number 3, I feel so bad for them because I feel like they regret it. If an ex or someone mistreated you in the past, 5 of swords, 7 of wands, okay, they mistreated you in the past, or maybe they didn't give you a commitment that you deserved, or they didn't treat you with a lot of respect, they were not nice to you, or they took you for granted. It's like you glowed up, or you changed, like there's something about you changed. You, maybe all that change was not your physical features, but you loving yourself, and that was what changed. Is maybe yesterday you didn't love yourself and today you do, or at least you're at the point of self-love where you're radiating this queen energy. And now I feel like this ex, or this, there is a man or there is a masculine energy that regrets being unkind to you, that regrets, this could be older than you, this man or this masculine energy could be older than you. I feel like this was an unfair situation, especially if you were the younger person. They shouldn't have treated you the way they treated you, but it's like you let it go and you didn't, you moved on with your life, and you were like, I don't even remember who this person is. So maybe you might not even remember who, you might have to rack your brain and think about who this person is for some of you. But I feel like they know exactly what they did, and it haunts them that they took you for granted, that they took a queen for granted. And I feel like with the King of Wands here, this is a masculine energy that is meant to be by your side. So either you, for some of you, I'm getting that you are already with a king, or you are already with a masculine energy that loves you, this King of Wands. If you are not, this King of Wands is going to come in as soon as you step into the Queen of Wands energy, because these two are like a couple in the tarot, right? Like attracts like. So, and you see how there are similar lines. I feel like the more you love yourself, the more selfish you are with your energy, the more restricted and inhibited you are about your energy, the more this King of Wands is going to be attracted to you, because he's going to be like, I see that you don't give yourself to everyone. I see that you're waiting for like that one man who really loves you, really respects you. Like you wait for commitment, like wait for the sunflower, wait for the opportunity and the man to come towards you. You don't have to go anywhere, right? I'm also getting this spirit animal where this one is lizard and here it's a black cat. Anyway, this ex person, okay, this could be an ex, or it could be I feel like they're just sitting and wondering, would have, could have, should have. I would have done things differently. If I could have, I should have done things differently. And I feel like they have this kind of, I don't want to say regret, but I do feel like they do go over those scenarios in their head where they could have been nice to you, where they should have respected you, and they were not. And I feel like there's this thing almost like pile number 3 could have chosen me, pile number 3 could have been with me, but pile number 3 is not with me. And I feel like it kills them to see you with this King of Wands, who's a different masculine energy. It kills them to see you with this King of Wands. For some of you, only for a select few, okay? This masculine energy doesn't want you to be happy with someone else, and so they might have tried to manipulate you or cage you or keep you away from other men, okay? And it's so toxic. So basically what this masculine energy was doing, this toxic one, he was making it look like he was going to give you a commitment, but he didn't. So you were hanging on by a thread, right? Thinking and feeling that, oh, maybe he'll come around someday, maybe he'll give me a commitment, maybe this masculine energy will give me a commitment, but it never happened, okay? And then after some time, you moved on. You were like, I don't have the tolerance or the patience for this shit, bye, I'm done. And you left. And they didn't think that you would leave because they thought that they could keep you in that low self-esteem state where you're always begging for their love and attention. And they could be like the bestower of love and the bestower of attention to you. Like they thought they were above you, because you needed validation from them, because you were insecure at that time. But I feel like that was not the case. You gave them love or attention not because you were insecure. Maybe you were a little bit, but it was a lot because of your heart. I feel like you have a pure heart. You love with a pure and untainted, unconditional love. Okay, that's how you hold love in yourself, and that's how you give it. So this person thought, oh, okay, I can just take pile number 3 for granted because they are giving me this love and they like me already. And it's like they never thought that you would leave them because they thought that you were obsessed with them. But they didn't understand that giving, if you just keep giving and giving, it gets exhausting. And then one day it's like you retracted all of your energy within yourself and you were like, bye, I'm done, I'm gone. And they didn't expect it, okay? They didn't see it coming. And this person is so stupid. This person is like, I don't understand. What did you expect? What did you expect, toxic person? Did you expect that pile number 3 was just going to wait for you for an eternity or something? Like, no. Pile number 3 deserves better. My pile number 3 is a queen, is a king. Huh. What is this? Anyway. I won't talk about this one. Maybe you can just get rid of this person. Anyway, just joking. There's no judgment here. With the Queen of Wands, this King of Wands, I want to see, let's get some information about this King of Wands. Let me get a new deck. Some information about this King of Wands, please. Like, just because you're here. Information about this King of Wands, please. Okay, we have 2 cards. We have Yin. Ooh, we have Mutable. Ooh, I knew it. Mutable. Somebody was screaming. Mutable. One of your spirit guides. Mutable. So this could be a mutable zodiac sign and carrying a lot of yin energy. I feel like if you are the feminine, you will feel like, okay, I can be feminine. I can be in my feminine energy. If you are a man and you like a woman, the woman will be in her feminine energy or in a yin energy. So she will not be toxic, okay? But whoever you're going to be with in the future, whether it's a queen or a king, whether it's a masculine or a feminine energy, this person is not toxic. They could be a mutable sign. They could be a mutable sign, which is Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Virgo. Okay, once again, we have those same signs here. Virgo, Pisces, Libra, Aries. No, I'm sorry, this is Taurus. So a lot of earth energy and Pisces energy. There's going to be a lot of trust in this relationship. I feel like you will be able to, there is a lot of safe space for vulnerability. And this person is genuinely going to be happy in your success. I feel like this is not a parasite, okay? This person is not a parasite like this person was. So this new person who's coming in is going to give you so much more than you give them, because they understand that that's how relationships are. I feel like both of you are givers, and when 2 givers are in a relationship, it's like both of them get elevated energetically in terms of energy, because both of them are pouring into each other's growth, pouring into each other's love, right? Without any conditions. So I feel like, and this person is just going to be left in the dust. This person doesn't like that you are with a new person. I feel like they're going to be very jealous, okay? But I don't feel like there will be nothing at that point where they will be able to do. It's not like they can apologize and come back. So you probably will never know that they're feeling jealous or something like that, because I'm not seeing them kind of approaching you. Once again, I feel like it's their ego. I feel like you might not even receive an apology from this person that they liked you or they actually wanted to be with you, because that's just the kind of toxic person this one was. And welcome this new change. Let this energy go. I feel like you already have, though. I don't know, for some reason it showed up in this reading, so spirit was like, you need to know, so that is why I mentioned it. But there's going to be a lot of this new connection is going to be extremely spiritual and good for your soul, like food for soul. And it's something that is being looked over by your spirit guides. Your spirit guides are bringing this King of Wands to you, okay, or bringing the Queen of Wands to you if you are a King of Wands. All that matters is you stepping into this Queen of Wands energy, you stepping into this King of Wands energy. That's what matters. How much do you love yourself? And that's what's going to dictate how quickly this person kind of comes in, okay? The more you don't wait for others to love you, the quicker you will attract this person, okay? Surrender to the tides of the universe, surrender to the waves of the universe, surrender to change. If everything is changing around you, don't get scared. We are stepping into the new year. If you're watching this in 2023, December, don't be scared that something is leaving you, because something better will take its place, okay? So if somebody decides to leave you, or if you have a breakup, something happens, not saying that it will, but just because something bad happens doesn't mean that your life is going to be bad forever. Your life is making space for better things to replace the bad things, okay? So that's what's happening energetically. You needed to know this. So I hope this reading gave you some guidance or some clarity. I hope this was enjoyable for you. If you want to book a personal reading with me, if you want any more clarity or a reading on any other topic, I do take personal readings, so you can email me on mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. The email address is in the description, so you guys can go ahead and access it from there. That is the only way to communicate with me and reach out to me. Beware of scammers. And I thank you. I thank the sacred painting. I thank all of the sacred cards. Thank you, divine and beautiful group number 3. Remember who you are. Keep loving yourself. There's someone better coming for you. So yeah, don't even waste your time on this toxic person. And yeah, I am holding so much love for you. I'm so happy to do this reading for you. I love people that pour love into other people, and I feel like you're like that. And being like that is so dangerous today, because being like that almost invites for you to be taken advantage of. And although it is sad that this person did what they did, I do see that you retained who you were, you retained your soul, your goodness, and that is why you're going to have a king or a queen. So yeah, holding a lot of love for you. Bye.